don't know, Scoff Off is a lighthearted cooking competition where we take 2 contestants and a secret basket of ingredients. And today we have 2 fantastic guests. 2 radio DJs, as a matter of fact, from Oz FM. We have Stephen Lethbridge. Hi, Stephen.
Hi, Brenda.
And Hugh Campbell. Hi, Hugh. How are you?
We're doing great.
Good. So, Hugh, I noticed from reading about you that you actually like to cook and you like cheese.
I do. Oh my goodness, I love cheese. But yeah, I really like to cook mostly because eating usually follows it.
Well, that's true. I'm with you. So you think you're going to beat Stephen today?
Well, you said it's a lighthearted cooking show, and I intend to change that. We'll say that.
Oh, right. And of course, you and I spoke earlier, and you said that you think Hugh is going to win today.
Yeah, he's kind of the gourmet of the bunch. I think I'm making the slow climb up Mount cooking from the Valley of Takeout.
Right,
Much,
and you like the barbecue, but we don't have a barbecue grill, as you can see. But open flame is almost the same, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Listen, I can't be picky.
Well, when we come back, we're going to open up our basket of ingredients. It sounds like we got great contestants today. Stay tuned to Scoff Off.
Stephen knows his stuff when it comes to trivia. I'm not gonna lie, but at the end of the day, the better man will win, and that's probably also Stephen.
I got this. I'm fine. I got this.
Welcome back. So guys, now before we open the basket, I got some housekeeping items to tell you about.
All right.
All the pots and pans or sheet pans or anything you might need is right there on your right. And of course, right here behind us is our pantry of items. Anything there help out. In the fridge, we have a whole bunch of items as well. Okay, so the rules are, there's 30 points in total. 10 points for presentation, 10 points for taste, and 10 points for the use of your ingredients in the basket. You must use all the ingredients in the basket. You don't have to use everything that's in the basket, but you use something of everything in the basket.
Got it.
Okay, open your baskets.
Well, this is a challenging part too.
Try your basket.
Ooh. All right. Got some sausages.
Got some pasta.
Some pasta.
Some Italian sausage. Caponata.
Caponata.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay, what else do you have in there? And you have some cheese.
Excellent.
Lovely, lovely. Hey, God bless you. God bless
All
you.
right, guys, gather your thoughts. We're ready to scoff off.
Well, I guess we're making pasta.
Seems like a plan.
So you might want to turn up your water there. I did turn it off for you just to keep her going. And I didn't add any salt if you so choose to add salt to your water. So, so you guys have been working together for quite a while.
Long time.
Yeah, quite a few years.
Yeah?
We know each other pretty well.
So you guys got a lot in common, to be honest.
We do.
Besides working together on Oz FM for a number of years, on the Morning Rush for years.
Yeah.
Of course, you both have different roles now at Oz. Of course, Hugh, you're doing evenings, and
That's right.
Stevie, you're doing afternoons with Oz.
Yeah.
But the 4 o'clock call, you're not going to miss that, right?
No, it was very, very fun and very exciting, waking up with the province, so to speak. But, I mean, I miss having a social life. Like, if I want to go see a movie on a Wednesday, I'm able to now. It's nice. It's really nice, you know, like to have a normal schedule.
Yeah.
I was saying to my wife, and my wife was saying to me that this is the first time in 10 years together we've had the same schedule. So
Wow.
it's not bad. It's all right.
So I always admire people who can get up and go to work at 4 o'clock in the morning. And have you ever missed the show? Have you ever been slept right through it?
Oh.
Not slept through it.
Come close.
I've been late once or twice. It was an embarrassing situation.
And our coworker Stephanie O'Brien, would you believe it, made him pay for it? Oh.
Absolutely.
Now, of course, she's on with Randy Snow in the mornings on the morning show.
Yeah.
And but you guys have trivia in common as well. You both like trivia.
Yes. Very true.
Of course, I was on. You hosted Jigs and Reels one day, and I was on. Daniel was away, and we were talking about some trivia, and I was like, man, I mentioned one thing, and right away you knew a trivia thing about it.
I pride myself on that.
So do you guys go to the trivia contest downtown?
See, remember when we used to work in mornings?
I love going to trivia nights downtown. It's one of my favorite things to do with my friends, and I'm glad now that I'm done with the mornings that I don't have to leave as soon as it's done.
Right, so all the other people need to be prepared because you guys are looking up a lot of little silly facts all the time.
Oh, absolutely. We are prepared.
Yeah, it has to come from somewhere, and sometimes left to our own devices. Like, it less resembles English. We actually actually came up with our own language at a point, and we called it Russian, that we would speak, where like we would just carry on with such nonsense. So it's nice to have some stuff like that to fall back on. I get self-conscious though. I don't want to seem like too big of a nerd when I'm like, oh yeah, and that guy was in this movie, and then he's married to this girl, but I just can't help it. I just got, I think we share that. We both have those kinds of minds. You know what I mean?
And I know you're from Newfoundland. You're from Shoal Harbour, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and this CFA right here.
Yeah.
So you came to, why Mum?
Well, I wanted independence after high school, as a lot of teenagers do, and I said an island sounds independent. But I've loved. I've never been to Newfoundland before, but I knew a couple people that had been here and absolutely loved it. And Mun has a fantastic reputation. Said, let's do it.
Okay, so you're studying political science and English, right?
Correct.
And what brought you to radio? How did that happen?
Well, like Stephen, we both did shows on CHMR, the Mun radio station, and that was kind of the connection there. And just started doing it for fun, of course, just passion about music and whatever. And then you realize at one point, wait a minute, people can make money doing this.
It is a fun career.
Absolutely.
It is, absolutely. And we were both really young when we started out as well. I was 22 when I got recommended for a job at OSFM.
Oh, wow.
And Hugh, when you came along, you were not much older than that, right?
No, I was 22 as well, actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Funny how that works out.
Something about that age. It's me, you, and Taylor Swift, right? So.
She's not 22 now, though.
No.
She's 22. You guys aren't. So you both have a real passion for dogs as well?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we both have a couple dogs now, and I still need to learn how to open bottles.
There is some...
I think it was one of those child-proof situations, and I really need to be put into a childlike environment. I think that would really help me a lot.
So I can see that Stephen's got some peppers on the...
I love peppers.
On the go, and you both got your pasta on the go. So what do you cook at home, Steve, when you're cooking barbecue, I know?
A lot of barbecue. I really, actually, I love peppers because they add, like, I've got a real sweet tooth.
Yeah.
And it's like a healthy sweet kick. You know what I mean? Like, it's a nice little bit of sweetness in your dish. But still, pretty good for you. That's relatively speaking, of course. So yeah, I love, I put peppers in as much stuff as I can. I like grilling meats. my tastes are pretty simple, if I'm being honest. But yeah, no, I'm a newcomer to the whole cooking thing because as you find out, takeout's super expensive, and so are mortgages and utilities.
When you go and skip the dishes and stuff like that.
Oh man, oh yeah, it can be.
That never changed the restaurant scene.
Absolutely.
I can only imagine.
Not better either, I might add.
Yeah.
But I noticed that you both are sports fans, of course.
Oh yeah.
Yes, very much so.
What's your favorite sport?
Oh, hockey, of course.
Canadians, right?
Yeah. We are Canadians.
Yeah, I thought you were indicating a Montreal thing, but no, we're both actually Leafs fans.
Now, see, Brenda's got a bit of a dark secret here.
Uh-oh, don't tell me.
Oh, yes, I am a Habs fan.
Oh, counting for taste, right?
Yeah.
It really upset me that Brenda was a Habs fan. I was standing too close to her for my liking, and you know what? I'd rather not experience that again. No, but it was a good experience to have my Leafs buddy Steven on my side. Of course, we're old friends, so we could band together through it.
I was raised. Half of my family was Habs fans. I'm used to it. Some people just haven't seen the light yet. Austin Matthews will show her the way.
Yes, but I was like, if one of you had been the Habs fan, it would have been an advantage.
Yeah.
But
Extra points.
You're both now at level.
Yeah.
We're already discounted.
Being a Leafs fan. That was super cool having the Leafs here. We've been lucky enough over the years down at Roddy's to have a few of the alumni hockey players through.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, we had Lanny McDonald behind. Pulling pints, and we had Dougie Gilmore.
Oh, that's fantastic.
My favorite when I was a kid.
I know, I'm a hockey fan too, so
Yeah.
even though I'm not a Leafs fan, I do know the good players.
Absolutely. My dog's actually named after Dougie Gilmore. He's Dog Gilmore.
Oh.
I remember, when Hugh got Gilly, he was torn between two names. One was Gil, and the other, Domi.
Now, up there.
If you wanted to be a Habs fan, a real jerk Habs fan about it, you could say, well, Max Domi playing for the Habs nowadays.
Yeah. And, Gilmore made his way around the league, too. So, he only played, 4 years with the Leafs?
And also played for the Habs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, a lot of those players like Dougie Gilmour would have moved around because
Oh,
they
yeah.
were a hot commodity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course they were going where the bucks were, so
Yeah.
kept playing them really, right?
This is it.
So, do you have competitions at work? Do you do things that like keep everybody on their edge? And
Oh, interesting.
So, I think we do. However, it's not the kind of competition, like going back to the fact that we're both trivia nerds. Somebody in the room will ask a question, and inevitably it comes down to us, like, you know, kind of casually arguing about it to the point when we have to, not Google, Hugel.
well, there you go.
That's part of my job now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, yeah, it's become synonymous, I think.
You've become the Larry Jack.
Yes, exactly.
So, you know, OzFM has been on the go forever, and I'm going to date myself now by saying this, but when I was in school, young school, the first year OzFM came on radio, our music teacher said, okay, today for music class, we're going to listen to a new FM station.
Oh, wow.
For music class.
Yes, and
wow,
she actually played OzFM live.
That's amazing.
Like in the classroom.
Wow,
And
that's so cool.
I'll never forget it, yeah, because I was thinking, oh my God, no more AM radio, no more listening to my mom and dad's music.
The future's here. Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool.
I played hockey when I was a kid, so we spent most of our weekends, especially in the wintertime, obviously, on the road. And inevitably, what would always happen would be us, you know, driving for, 1 to 2 hours and listening to the radio. So I kind of grew up listening to Randy Snow.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the fact that, you know...
We all grew up listening to Randy Snow.
Yeah, exactly, right? So the fact that that he's now one of our coworkers, I think, is pretty amazing. I'm making some brown butter sausage
You're making
now,
a brown butter
apparently.
sauce? See?
Apparently, yeah.
He does know how to cook. That is the thing.
Hey, look at
This
you.
is super intentional. I meant to do this, clearly, right? That was completely, like, I meant to do that. Like, I don't know why everybody's freaking out about it. You know, that's like flambe. No. I guess I had the frying pan a little too high. I got all Teflon pans at home, right? So I'm not used to, you know, and especially the propane range. But quick thinking, man. Quick thinking.
We got 10 minutes left.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's all right. That's lots of time.
We'll make
You
it.
look like you got things on the go there.
Alrighty. This
And
is
we-
on, yes?
Oh, yeah, I was going to ask you what you were going to do with that cheese.
What am I going to do with this cheese?
Yeah.
I don't want to give him any ideas. But what I'm going to do is just checking the oven there. I think we're going to bake this on top.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Nah.
Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna like bake some cheese on top of it. Just came to me just then. I had a flash of inspiration.
It is a creamy cheese, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, of course. I mean, cheese.
Alrighty.
Cheese, am I right?
So what would Stephanie like to work with in the morning? She is a hoot. and a half.
She keeps you on your toes, that's
Oh,
for sure.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's interesting having Stephanie as a coworker because anytime you go on the air, you're not sure how it's going to end up.
Well, you don't know what she's going to say.
Exactly. Exactly.
She really does keep you on your toes.
She's very bright. She's very witty. She's really quick with the answers.
Oh,
She's
yes,
pretty
very
sharp.
much so.
Yeah, although I feel like sometimes it's kind of like a Jesus take the wheel kind of situation.
Right.
You know, she's like, well, geez, that's not something I just said, you know?
Right.
And we then have to deal with that, basically, I think, you know what I mean?
So do you guys hang out after work?
Well, see, it might change now that we're on afternoons and evenings, right? Because now, when we were on mornings, I mean, I don't know about Hugh, but I personally would be too tired to really do anything besides go home and take a nap with my dogs.
That's right.
Pretty much. You know what I mean?
No, we've certainly done stuff together on numerous occasions.
Yeah.
And you brought up trivia earlier, and one of the things that we look forward to every single year is competing in a little trivia contest
Right.
Yeah.
with each other out in Mount Pearl.
That's the Battle of the Brains for the Frosty Festival, and I'm now a Mount Pearlian.
Okay.
Moving out there back in 2018, so I had like even more to prove now for the Battle of the Brains.
So
I
what's your
think.
category you're the smartest at?
Stephen is very, very good at movies.
Yeah, movies and music are kind of my two things.
Well, I don't think you're good at music.
Movies is probably the number one though. I developed like kind of a fascination with movies when I was in high school, and I made a list of 200 that I wanted to see at some point in the future. I ended up losing the list, but I ended up knocking 50 or 60 off of it, so I'd say that's probably my
Right.
strong suit. What about you?
Yeah. What
You know what? There's a miscellaneous category that comes up. I'm like, that's my guy.
I like the food and beverage ones.
Oh, that makes a lot of
absolutely.
sense.
That makes sense.
I don't mind music as long as it's in a certain genre of music.
Sure.
Couldn't
Absolutely.
answer anything about today.
Yeah.
But but back in the 70s, 80s, I could answer those music things.
It's tough to keep up with.
So
It
I
really
guess we're
is.
going to see you down to Yellow Belly on Tuesday nights for our Tuesday night trivia.
Oh my God, wouldn't miss it. Yellow
It's
Belly.
been going on for,
My God.
I think, like 11 years now.
I want to know like how you get the nerve to have a place with so much good food and drink inside of it personally. Because holy moly, like I don't know if I've ever had a bad meal down there. Between the pizzas, which I think is maybe the most underrated pizza, because people talk about Yellow Belly, are going to talk about the beers and the nachos and all that sort of stuff. But that wood fire pizza, holy moly, that is absolutely unbelievable.
Right.
And I'm not just trying to win extra points.
Oh, no. Oh, thank you. Well, pizza and beer kind of goes hand in hand. So
Absolutely.
it's,
And you know
for
what?
sure.
I'm a big fan of that cream ale.
Oh,
that you
yeah.
have now.
Yeah, the beer is excellent for sure. I should have given you guys some beer to cook with today.
Hey, that would have been all right.
Or just some to drink.
We're parched.
So Hugh's got the caponata in his sauce there, and he's adding his penne. And he's got some mushrooms and peppers in there. And so you got almost everything used. And how you make it out of there, Stephen? I don't see the caponata being used yet.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna probably, I was thinking, I didn't look over to my right at all. I was like, that really belongs in that sauce right there. So I think that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing. And yeah.
I kind of made it easy for you today.
It's
Time goes by really quickly, right? So it's.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
This is the
look at
quickest
you
I've.
here.
oh, just a little bit more to the sauce.
This
Right.
is the quickest I've cooked in quite some time.
But you got 5 minutes left, guys.
5
Oh, my
minutes.
goodness.
Holy moly.
Panic, fear, a little bit upset stomach, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of worries about what I was gonna do in those last 5 minutes. I wasn't sure how it was all gonna come together. I've never cooked under such a tight time restraint before. So that was a new experience for me, and I think I did pretty well.
I felt that my brown butter basted pasta extraordinaire would speak the truth. Would do the job.
So, Hugh, when you must be watching. Do you still follow and watch politics closely?
I do. It's frustrating, but I can't look away. Kind of situation.
Car crash television.
Yeah, you know how people watch, like the Jersey Shore thing. Like, oh no, I know it's awful, but I can't not watch it.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing.
Oh, I cannot watch a Jersey Shore. Or the Kardashians.
Donald
Or
Trump
this-
is president. You're not far away from having Jersey Shore in the White House, right?
That's right. It's kind of reality TV, isn't it?
Well, he's
Yes,
got a tan.
certainly.
He's got
Right?
weird hair.
It's a different world today, I must say. But I can't wait to try this dish now, and I'm mighty hungry today. It's pretty good.
I wasn't before, but now, my
Steven's
goodness.
getting a facial over there while he's at it.
Well, I don't know if you could see while I was straining the pasta there, but boom, it was Fogtown all over my
Your
face.
glasses, yeah.
Hugh may beat me in cooking, but I beat him in eyesight.
Oh, that's true. That's absolutely true. Although, according to some cartoons I've seen, this means I'm smarter. So there's that.
I always say when we're kids, eat your carrots, they're good for your eyes. And I'd say, I don't know if that's true. And Dad, did you ever see a rabbit with carrots, with glasses?
It's fair.
The man's got a point.
It was only when Bugs Bunny wore a disguise. That's it. You can throw him off. Makes a lot of sense to me.
So we were, I noticed that you're a gamer as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I have been my entire life. I think there was a Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES, in my house before I was, actually. So I was like it's maybe the longest thing I've done besides eat food, actually.
And so what kind of games do you play?
So, I mean, there are so many options nowadays, but something that my wife has really enjoyed in the past several years that we've gotten
3 minutes
into
left, guys.
has been board gaming, actually.
Right.
Like anything from the classics to like the newer kind of stuff. So that has been something that I've really, really enjoyed getting into myself. So Yeah, that's been really, really fun.
So what is this Twitch channel thing?
Twitch is interesting. Twitch is
something he does every single morning.
I've always had just a passion for broadcasting. Honestly, I love broadcasting. I've been doing it since I was 19 years old, and even if you want to go back to me like talking into my parents' boombox that had a mic on it until I was like, I did that when I was 7. You know, so this is another way for me to broadcast. So I set up my own home studio with a green screen and get to talk to people from all over the world. I had the chance to participate in a charity marathon that ended up raising $22,000 for the MS Society. Like, you know, it's been really cool, and you know, probably going to be playing video games anyway. So.
I don't know what it is. Steven talks about it, but it's one of those one-way conversations, and I just nod and smile. Twitch, I've heard of it. What it is? Internet thing.
Yeah. No, Twitch is basically, it's a place on the internet for people to broadcast themselves. And you can do anything. You can, like,
You know, like YouTube?
Similar. Now, YouTube is more like, okay, I did this 2 months ago, I edited it together. Twitch is live, all live. So people do cooking, people build things, people do music. Like, people will stream for 6 hours and play requests, like a piano bar for 6 hours live. It's incredible. It's really, really cool. And I just use it to play video games because I'm a big dummy. So.
You're going to eat the cheese.
I mean, it's here. I'm just waiting on this guy now. He's carrying the rest of the way.
What kind of cheese is that now? Cheese connoisseur?
Well, let me tell you when I read this.
It's a ripe
La Belle
cheese.
Riviere. All right.
It's a soft ripe cheese.
Very soft, very nice. A lot going on there.
A lot going on.
There's the
didn't try
rind
it?
here is very tasty.
Okay, so you've got, and Steven's almost finished over there.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be finished and waiting for it to happen. So you can pick your plate there. So you guys, afternoon's out now, Steven. What have you got planned? What's going to be different?
Oh gosh. Well, see, we're kind of going back in time a little bit and playing some of your favorites from years ago. So I think I'm being a big trivia buff. I might have a song from 1997 coming up, so I might talk about Titanic, for example, or something like that. I think that could be really fun. You know, I love interacting with people as well, and I think that could be really, really fun. And a lot of my job is pretty much just going to be making sure people get home safely on their drive home, basically, giving out, you know, traffic updates, you know, that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm looking forward to going back to drive. I used to do it
1 minute left.
Years ago, and then I did the early morning thing for a little while, and now I'm going back again. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But I'm thinking, yeah, like, remember how Casey Kasem used to do it back in the day?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, absolutely, that kind of thing, right?
I keep picturing WKRP and thinking, when I think what Hugh's going to be doing in the evenings, I'm thinking of Johnny Fever.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
The guy who used to light the candles and have the
It's going to be Huey Headache.
So is that going to be happening in the Oz studio? When you're there?
Sure, why not? Let's get weird with it.
That's what I'm going to picture now when I hear the music playing.
That and...
Okay, we have 10 seconds left, guys.
Oh, my goodness. Let's just pile it on then.
And Steven's pulling a Daniel
Crunch
Watt over
time.
there, like stand back.
Well, she is my hero, so. Did you know she invented the jigs and the reels?
Okay. Time is up.
There we go.
Well, his presentation is clearly better.
Well, guys, that's great. It looks great. It's almost the same ingredients, but it looks different totally. So when we come back, we're going to try the dishes. Stay tuned to Scoff Off. Welcome back to Scoff Off. Well, guys, that was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was
You managed
great.
to cook a pasta dish in 20 minutes, which is
Not bad.
really amazing.
The time was the real pressure
Yeah.
there. I didn't know. 20 minutes? Man.
I've waited
that
longer at
flew
Tim's.
by.
So people think, you know, like you can't get supper on the table in 20 minutes, but you just did? Hey,
Absolutely.
it's amazing. So I'm going to try these. Now, you both use all the ingredients, which is great.
Yeah.
And they look totally different. They're both really diet meals, portions.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely right.
That's all right. I'm going to start with Steven's first. And Steven, I've seen that you grated your cheese over the top.
Yeah, it melts in a little bit
Now,
nicer.
did you
I
add
find.
salt to your water to the pasta?
I did,
Okay.
absolutely. I've been taught by my wife, who also watches a lot of Food Network, that you got to salt the water. So
Exactly. Oh, it tastes very good.
awesome! I'm so glad. I was really nervous.
The cheese over top is nice. The salt, because that's a really rich ripe cheese.
Yeah.
Okay,
nice.
so you used yours as and baked it, which is
Yes.
very creative of you, I might add.
Thank you.
Okay.
I know Italian people.
This is the worst part, is eating on TV.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Very good as well. Wow, they both taste really good. So thank you both for being on the
Oh, it's
show.
our
I've
pleasure.
got
Thank
a little
you.
apron for you.
Oh, God.
Before I
awesome.
announce who wins, a little Scoff off souvenir apron
Oh,
for you.
thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Well, today's winner is Stephen Lethbridge.
Oh!
That's it for this edition of
Man.
Scoff Off. We'll see you soon.
Well, I came in there blazing with confidence, like I do with most things in my life.
Yeah.
And you know what? I ended up coming up short, but I'm a gracious winner. I mean loser. I'm so
Gracious
used
winner,
to winning.
Right, yeah. See, this is all strategy for me. I wanted to pump his tires up a little bit, get that pressure going for me. I had no expectations. You notice that? Nobody was expecting anything of me. And then swoop in, take the victory, take it home for Shoal Harbor.
I'll be honest, I fell for it. We like it when we're on the same team.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. We're kind of like Batman and Superman in that regard.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Wait, where are you?
As long as I'm not Aquaman, I think I'm good.
It was a great experience. I got to eat, and really at the end of the day, that's all I care about. When I go home full, I go home happy.
I got to eat and win. So I think I had just a bit of a better day than Hugh overall, you know what I mean?
I will say this. Brenda told us there's a 30-point system, 10 points for this, 10 points for that. We never saw those numbers. We may need a Florida-style recount on this.
Oh, man.
We could throw this right up the flagpole.
Focused on quality and convenience, there isn't much you won't find at Marie's Mini Mart. Home-style breads, sandwiches, plus a variety of artisan breads and delicious single-serve desserts available exclusively at our Frecker Drive location. Marie's Mini Mart, with 25 locations wherever you go, there we are.
Yellow Belly food means fresh food. We source our ingredients locally and prepare them from scratch. Our meat is never frozen. Food's so delicious, we've got Good Times cornered. Yellow Belly Brewery, a proud sponsor of One Chef, One Critic.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
Enjoy your vacation.
You have talents and skills. Mostly, though, you're a blank key. You have the potential to open many doors.
Saving the world requires sacrifice. Sometimes people die.
Are you going to step up or not?
But I'm just a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Our ancestors came here from France to build a better life. We lived here happily for generations. Until the British decided they wanted our land. The men were called to a meeting and then imprisoned. They demanded we swear an oath to their king and took everything, regardless.